Hi all, welcome to another chess24 Banter Blitz. It's 11:30 AM. There's been a clock adjustment. I had to adjust the cooker earlier by 1 hour, so I hope that hasn't caught some of you unaware. So let's have a look first at the discount code screen here. You can get a 15% off discount for chess24.com Premium if you use the voucher code Kingscrusher. So you can, one of the many perks is you can challenge me or other streamers. You just turn up 10 to 15 minutes beforehand, send your challenge. It will be on our challenge list later and ready to accept that game challenge. So anyway, on that note, let's go to the challenge page now. And I noticed the first challenge is from a very strong FM. Let me just warm up with jetzl for the first game, and I'll so not totally always in order. I think I need my brain diagnostics to be in place for the first game. I'm hoping that they can go in place. Let's see. Okay, so d5 is attacked. Can I protect d5? That was very naughty. This looks very attacking. I'll hit b2. I wonder if that was silly of me, actually. It might have been silly. There might have been knight d5 there. This is why I need my brain diagnostics for the first game to be checked. I've adjusted my music list, Giovanni's, for Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah, to be actually, yeah, the Queen concert for Live Aid as my first entry now. It does adjust to films I've seen. Okay, so I can blunder my queen with d4. That wouldn't be a proficient start here to the session. Let's try and avoid that. Avoid d4. Okay. I don't want this blockade to be unkickable. With this, I'm hoping for c5 soon. If that is a problem here, which it may be indeed a problem. So queen d6 for a moment. Now f7 is also eyed. I don't really care about h7 at the moment. It looks like a poison pawn of some sort. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do? Maybe bishop g4 leads to interesting stuff. Or maybe h6 first, just to stop this queen h7, just in case it is handy. I think h6 and then bishop g4 and then e5, that sort of thing, if I get a chance. Okay, I'm going to ignore that. I don't want my queen side ripped to shreds. I just want to play on this side, bishop g4 and then e5, something like that. Bishop g4 and e5. Oh, there's rook g5. Actually, there is also rook g5 to consider. Okay. Now, do I take with the queen or the pawn? I could take with the queen here. And then look forward to rook g5. And can I start to put any pressure on my opponent? The g2 pawn, for example. If I go back here for a moment to make way for e5 and then bishop d6 and then double the rooks finally. Now knight f4, is that a problem? I'm not sure it is. I can just play e5 surely. b5 I can play c5, I hope. Well, there is queen a4. Well, I have to live with that, I think. Unless actually, given that there's rook g4 first, maybe an important nuance. I could play rook g4 first, but then there's queen h5. Oh, that's the decision. Okay, let's risk it. Maybe there's d4. Okay, this is interesting. And b5 and queen a4 is interesting. Yeah. Maybe I can just take that pawn. That would stop queen a4. And yeah, maybe I'll just take that pawn. Okay. I want to keep things closed here. d4 maybe. Keep things closed. So I've got a running d pawn here. Now this use of the queen is being ruled out at the moment. Maybe c5 now. Try and support that pawn with the bishop. Now there is queen e4 looking at my... yeah, I thought queen e4 was dangerous. This seems less relevant to take that pawn. I can get some pressure, but maybe I'm wrong. Queen f6, and then that's underway again. This is a bit of a tricky position. d3 here, opening up the bishop. I think rook g3 is going to be handy. Oh, again, okay. Knight d5 is troublesome. This doesn't look very healthy, actually. Yeah. I might need to use some tricks. Queen f5 for rook g3. I think I need a trick here. There's bishop f2 for queen d4, just realised. To win that rook, that's a bit tactical. Okay, I can support this pawn for a moment. Queen f6 is dangerous. Can I... rook f5, there's check. I would have rook f4 and queen h3 at some point, unless I get checkmated in the meantime. So I'll try this. It looks as though rook b8 is pretty dangerous, though. Now let's calculate. Taking, check, queen g2, queen f3. If I can survive that, rook d5 as well on knight d5. Okay, so I'm banking on... Okay. That's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate loss of the queen. Not very clever. Not very good at all. Can you finish me off? Well, I have to just hope for the best there. I'm afraid. Yeah, I thought my king was not very confident start. My king was just. Let's have a look. In trouble. Yeah. Oh. I have big problems here. Bishop takes g3. Hang on. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. So what I played was bishop e3. No, queen a6 is very good. I was hoping for let's see. That's really what I missed. I'm hoping this. I was banking on this line being dangerous. If here, I thought check, but maybe even king e2 there. This wasn't very convincing. Okay, swiftly moving on. Okay. Try and get in gear. So take on h4. There's a check knight g6, bishop d3. Does that matter? It might do. Queen d5 might be stronger. There's knight c3 though. Queen a5. Maybe that's palatable because I might have e5 and bishop e4. Okay, bishop b4 here. Looks strong anyway because there'll be a loose rook on. I think there might be enough. Okay, is there knight d4 here? Maybe not. Do I take with this bishop d6? Is my queen in trouble? On bishop d6, b4, queen b6, knight a4. Queen could well be in trouble. Although I'm not. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. I'll risk it. I'm hoping queen's not in trouble. Maybe there's, okay, well there's knight d4, knight d4, no, knight g3, maybe knight g3, bishop d7, just to hold that a4 square. Let's check g3, g6, queen b6. If I castle kingside, or just a6 for my queen again. I'm just thinking queen b6 to a7 if nothing else as an emergency. Right. Okay. Right, so b4, queen b6. This rook. Knight g6 or knight h5. Okay. I'm hoping knight g6 is playable soon. I'm going knight f4 after. Okay, he stopped knight f4. Just kick this up here. And maybe knight f4 is worth it anyway, because it takes and then bishop e5. Might be worth it. I hope. Bishop e5 looks like something. Okay, that's the a6 pawn. Does that matter? I don't think so because of f3. Alright, there's queen g4 and f3. Okay, f3 I thought was dangerous anyway. I've got an idea. Queen g4. These pieces are a bit of spectators. So queen g4 it looks strong. If takes, queen h3 looks strong. Yeah, this seems a bit weird to do this. Queen g4. Unless there's anything stronger. Take centre pawn. Queen b1 check to win the rook. Now on queen here there was queen f1. That's why I didn't bother with queen h3. I just want to play queen b1. Knight d3 does queen takes d5 here, hitting both rooks. Well, his back row's weak. It looks very weak, the back row. Okay, so bishop d6 and then rook e1. So this gives me rook e8, I mean, for rook e1. Just to challenge this knight, because I don't want to lose my form pawn. Am I going to lose the form pawn? Oh, no. That's not fair. I guess I am. What about g5 or something? Or check. Okay, what about if I just double the rooks? Be content to double the rooks. Oh, okay, maybe that's not hot. Okay. Oh, rook e4, hang on. What about rook e4? Rook e4 looks strong. H4 for H3, a form pawn again. H4. F4 coming up. I messed up. Oh. Oh wow. Okay, what a game. Oh, that was intense. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Come on. Yeah. Okay. So I missed after that. Oh, blimey. Okay, Smithmore. I don't know what to say about that. No comment. No comment. No comment. I don't know what happened. I know it was some weird dream, chess dream. I didn't like lose my form pawn. That was really gutting to lose f3. Sure was about that. Okay, so G-friend H4, G-friend H4. Okay, I think I'll keep this pawn wedge. Actually, I'll keep this pawn wedge. So queen e2 and then h4 and then knight g5. Queen e2 and h4, h5. All right. Maybe h5, h6. h5, h6. Maybe. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh, there is bishop c2. Oh, and there's knight d4. And this looks very promising, this H file. King G2, Rook H1 after. It's not going to give me this H file, because otherwise King G2, Rook H1. So if that knight remains, then well, I'm going to take that guy off. Oh, there's knight takes G3 here. Alright, let's get out of this pin. Avoid knight takes G3. So actually, bishop f4 to protect e5, a bit more overprotect e5, then bishop c2. Oh, okay. Alright, then rook h1 looks tasty coming up. Unless, I don't know, g6 maybe is... g6 might be defending this as a slight snag because of king g7 and rook h8. Okay, apart from that, that's great. Because actually, there's no queen h6 there because of that knight. So in other words, g6 looks... it's not calculating some stuff here. Queen h... Okay, g6, queen h3. King g7... G4 takes, rook h8 takes f6. I think that's compensation with the pawn on f6. That would be spectacular if that works. So g4, sorry, king g7, g4, rook h8 takes, there's f6 check after. And king takes h3, and I still think this h file is dangerous with the pawn on f6. Now I could be wrong about this. It's at least 2 pieces for the queen. But I think this pawn's really dangerous. There's a few escape squares covered. So king g2 threatens mate immediately. Right, the check, king d7. There's rook f8 there. Knight d8. Can I get this working? Knight e4 opens up the d file. Bishop f4 with the idea of knight e4 and rook d1. So he takes rook d1 and then rook h8. Queen infiltrates via d4. Work out something. Takes bishop d5, queen d4, bishop f3. That's knight e5. This check. Okay, it's not that convincing. Do this to hold e5 for a moment. Try and get onto this d file. So check. Knight takes d5. Bishop takes d5. F8. Yeah, I thought it was dangerous because of that form pawn. The 2 pieces for the queen looked a little bit dangerous. I mean, we could get an engine view on that to see how, if it was any good at all. Nope, I don't think the engine is like this. I thought it was a brilliant idea. No, it seems to think Black's winning here. I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay because of these pieces. I don't know. That's a really big difference. Oh, here equal after this. Oh, knight takes e5. Oh, okay. I thought it was dangerous anyway. Okay. Engine does not like that game. I thought it was 2 pieces of the queen. Anyway, so GogginPaul. So there was no, that seems okay. Taking king f8. If he took, I think I'd welcome that. Rook c8 and knight b4. Oh, hang on. Bishop g6. There's knight e5. Is this getting too dangerous? What if I castled here? If I castle, would he still play this? I mean, maybe he does. There's a prospect of bishop h6. Takes queen g6 with the prospect of bishop h6. How would I rule that out? Maybe queen e8. Calm queen e8 there. Takes queen e8. Trying to avoid this bishop h6. Okay. Go here. Alright, I'm threatening clearly knight d4 now. Knight d4, knight b4. The queen steps back. Maybe I take on e5. Right, knight b4 looks very dangerous. Bishop b1. Knight takes, queen takes, bishop f5. Or knight d4 is just a pawn as well, which is handy. I think probably the tastier one is to take the bishop, because then there's bishop f5, queen a5, rook c3 later for queen a3, because the bishop would be on that diagonal, cutting some escape squares. So I'm more tempted to win the bishop here. Maybe that's crazy, but I'm doing it. I'm going to win the bishop instead. Alright, so there's a prospect of rook b6 and bishop f5 at least. Alright, he's got knight e6 though. Yeah, okay, now he's giving me that bishop, okay. On that diagonal, that's what I really wanted. So knight d7. Oh, this is more tricky than I imagined. Knight d7. Is that possible? The bishop's holding d7. I'm going to take this knight out first before doing anything. Oh, it's not happening. I'm at e5. So we took knight e5 from knight c4. Okay. So yeah. Oh, rook a6 now. Okay, that looks like something for rook a2. Well, there is, okay, there's a few things. D4 for, no, not D4. Maybe D4. A5 for A4. Maybe that's interesting. And I think actually D4's got something going for it here. This is going to take on D5 anyway. Try and open up some lines. Can I just get this Queen D5 in here, or Bishop F5? Open up a line, a diagonal. Queen E4, Bishop F5. Otherwise, I'm playing for Queen D5, I think. If the Queen's not on there. There's also Bishop A6. But Queen D5 for a moment gives me Bishop A6 to D3. Bishop A6, Queen B4, Bishop D3. Bishop A6 to D3. Bishop A6 to D3. Let's play this. Well, this looks a bit pedantic, but Bishop E2 is possible here, isn't it? Let's take out these rooks because they're up to no good. What would he do here? 5. Right. Try and coordinate a bit. Right, knight b3, there's rook a4 to c4. Queen b7 is not threatening anything mega, I think. Right, so rook a1. Yeah, okay, so I'm not sure these pawns are that dangerous. Let's see. Anything really? I think I don't believe these pawns are that dangerous. Alright, thanks for the game, Goggin. Okay. Off. Actually, I'm absolutely it's a bit cold here today. Just a little bit of background noise for a moment. And try and heat up slightly. Okay. Grunfeld. Right, so e5, there might be bishop a3 and queen b3. Or is there something to that? Queen f6, maybe? Queen d6. I thought queen f6, Sonia. Okay, I'm hoping queen f6 is possible to hold. Oh, I've got knight a5 idea, or e4 maybe. e4 or knight a5. Okay. How about b6, not to lose my pawns. b6. Hang on. Is that bishop f7, queen f7, rook d8 check, punchline? Yeah. Maybe I should move this pawn just in case. So might still be bishop f7. Oh, there's king h7 at least. c5 blunts the bishop. Hold on a sec. Blunts this bishop. And then maybe b6 after. Or bishop somewhere. f5. Bishop f5. Okay. I think bishop e6 support. That also runs into bishop b5 probably sometimes. So, okay. Queen e6. Alright, I can take on d4 here, maybe. Let's check. There's queen e3 check, actually. If cd... Oh, we can get the queens off with queen e3. Rook d4, there's queen e3. Okay, I can parry this pressure. Well, it looks comfortable because of this e file. Queen c3 threatens. There's also, well, maybe I'd take c3 first before doing anything. There's rook e1. Rook e1's dangerous. This back row is a bit vulnerable at the moment, so rook e1, or maybe h4, h4, there might be f5, maybe rook e2 to start off with. So some ideas like queen c6, or h4, h3, queen c6, h4, h3. f5 maybe slow, queen c6, queen drops back. It looks like an attacking position. Maybe g5 on rook g1, g5. And g5. King g7. Actually, okay, centralize. h4, h3 looks very dangerous. Yeah. Let's put that on hold for a moment. h3 looks very dangerous. Does he play h3 here? Otherwise h3 looks dangerous for queen e4. This looks winning, surely. Queen e4, the form pawn. Too much pressure. It's rook on the 7th. I'm imagining it. Yeah, that was too dangerous. Counter-attack there. Very dangerous opponents. Okay, thanks to the game graph. Yeah, there was a lot of pressure there on my king earlier. Okay. Very dangerous opponent. Give me a central pawn wedge. Can I make something of this? Tell me, is the heater too loud? I can turn it off. I can turn it off if it's interfering for a bit. It's pretty cold here today, I'm afraid. I don't know if you guys have noticed in your place where you are. I don't know, it seems pretty cold. Okay, so F4, F5 coming up. Or, okay. Oh, this looks very dangerous for Queen B3 or Queen A4 and then Bishop A6. Yeah, this looks like a ready-made attack. Queen A4, even Queen A6 there. Would pin that pawn, and if takes, that would be mate. So Queen A4 to A6 springs to mind. Oh, that puts a dampener on everything. Oh, that's a real sad. Puts a damper on everything. Okay. F5. Idea, rook F5, bishop G4. So F5. Will he miss F5? It's a strong tactical threat, I think. F5. Takes, bishop G4, pinning queen. So he has parried successfully. It seems Queen A4 with this move. Okay. Can I go G4? Is this crazy? I think it is. I think he's got H5. I've just opened up my king. That was unnecessary. I'm just opening up my king. Silly. H5. There's no problem with H5. Why did I do that? Okay, maybe H5 was stronger. Bishop E3 here for a moment. Seeing what he's doing with this knight. Is he going to blockade? On C4. So he's parrying quite a lot. Stopping any actions on the queen side. I'm not sure about rook B5. Knight C4, he would have hit the rook. Bishop takes, he gets that D5 square on D takes. I can imagine Queen A4, but then A6. So I don't think I'm getting anywhere. Maybe just, oh, I don't know. It's tricky. Okay, I'm turning this off. It's distracting me. Okay, think. What's wrong with the check here? The check, does it do anything? The check. Okay. Okay, let's get him to commit to knight c4. This is annoying. This knight c4 is really annoying. It's going to happen here anyway. Knight c4 is happening. I'm getting opened up, aren't I? H5. I can take here though. I've just noticed a naughty tactic, but I'm playing with fire. Okay, let's play with fire. HG Queen E6 for Bishop G4. That's not going to work, is it? This is totally unnecessary for for me to do this. Mind you, now I've done it. Okay, I don't mind losing the exchange. But there's bishop f5 as well. What about just queen h3 for a moment? This could actually be a good outcome. The way he's played it. I don't think that was punishing enough. I think rook h8 was more to the point. Here I might flood the pawns with f5 now. Okay, I'm controlling h8 as well, so if I do this, there's f5 on the way. f5. It seems as though f6 is going to be handy. Well, I don't see how I'm getting mated just yet. E6 and then something. E6 and then something. E6 and then something. And then clearly not f6 because he would take on h3, so e6 for a moment. And bishop e3. I'm controlling h5 here. That's good to know. Now there might be f6. The rook is supporting f6. Oh. I think I have to try and defend. I hope I can defend. Bishop g1, rook f2. Or not. If I take on g5, rook h2, doesn't seem crushing totally. I've taken out something which is going to mate me anyway. That rook. If I play bishop f4 here. What would he do? Scary. I think you can take in queen rook e2, though. That's a small snag. That doesn't look like a problem. Alright, it was looking scary. Maybe it was. Okay, let's swiftly move on to another challenge. Thanks for the game, very exciting. But my queenside attack was stopped in that game. That was very good. How that was stopped. Just knight a5. So this looks like a book line. This reminds me of some brilliancy with bishop h6 and rook e6, that sort of thing that I've seen. Probably not here. Bishop h6, rook e6, check, taking knight h7. Yeah, this game that reminds me of. Queen g6, king h8, check, knight h7. Say, where would the attack be after that? Is there another way of... Let's just look at this again. You can check. What about knight f5? Isn't that a lot simpler, knight f5? That gives me knight h6, just a knight for 2 pawns. But king safety's gone a bit. Oh, this looks very interesting. I see, okay. Now, okay, the check, the knight's holding the rook. There's no discovered check just yet. Maybe there's no problem here. Black. It looks as though it's difficult to get to the king here. That knight looks good. On e4 now. He's giving me the c4 square for free. Okay, I'll take the c4 square. Now knight e5 looks interesting. I can kick this knight with f3, I hope. Oh, there is knight f2 on the other hand. Knight f2, rook f1 for rook f5. Okay, is there a possibility of f3 here? Alright, g4. Okay, rook g1, g5 might actually be back in business for attacking. If I have rook g1 and g5, I'll be back in business a bit. Not so quick. Oh, not so quick. Yeah. He's defending everything. Ah! Ah, now there's even rook e1, and that knight is horrible. What's happening here? Can I afford queen a6? Or not? Rook c2. Rook c2 for a moment. queen, he's always got queen c5. Queen a6, try and get over here, or take this pawn. There's always rook e1 now. Am I going to get stuffed? Let's try this. Oh god, it doesn't look good, this pen, I'm going to say. Is there a check here for check here? Knight e3 doesn't look good. Is there a check there? I'll get the queens off. What about queen takes c6? Doesn't that pin the knight? Hold on a sec. Oh, he's got rook c1 threatened. Oh, that's nice. I think I've got to get the queens off. This is just horrible. Yeah. Down on the clock. Can I go king a4 plan? That's about the only plan. He's going to win this pawn as well. King a4 is about my only plan I can see here. I'm going to go into a self pin at this rate though. Trying to avoid the self pin. King b6. The king is an attacking piece. Well, it has to be. 26 seconds. I think pre-move time as well. I have to try and drag this pawn forward. Why didn't I take that knight? Oh no, because he was taking the rook. That's a good point. Okay. Pre-move time, I think. "17 seconds and counting." c7. King d7. Yeah, that was horrible. My only plan was king a4. Now, let's just have a quick look, because I think the threat was rook c1. I had to get the queens off. I think anything else, I think just rook takes c1 here. It's a mate in 2. So that's why I felt it was important to get the queens off. It's about the only continuation here. But the only Achilles heel of black's position is if I get my king to a4. What can I do? I can only do that. I can't do this because I thought there was this pin, rook e5. So that's why I thought rook c2 was the only thing to do. So the only threat in the position is king a4, which gives me a chance. Okay. Thanks, Spectra. Say bishop e7 for knight f6. So rook e8 and then bishop f8. So this is a 3-minute game. So bishop f8 and then, okay, that should be okay. Oh, and this is bishop g5. Bishop g5 could be dangerous. Maybe knight e5 and then c6. This looks a bit tricky. Okay. Nevertheless, there might be bishop g7. f5 might not be the end of the world. So I think this could be entertained. I hope. Bishop g7 and then seems safe enough. G4 and f5 looks good here. f5. Okay, so f5 looks fun in this position. Let's see. So knight e3 and rook e4 threatens. If taking, I take on e3. If taking here, I take and then take on e3. There. Okay. I think this looks good to do this. On h2 here. There's also queen h4. This looks dangerous. So knight f5 takes, take on h2, then queen h4. That looks dangerous. Mind you, f7 is a problem, isn't it? How much of a problem is f7? Or what if I took on e3, leaving the bishop there? Queen at f7 doesn't look terminal. Bishop f7 doesn't look terminal. I think knight takes e3 might be playable. I'm just going to check this. I can't see how it's terminal necessarily. Oh, I hope it isn't. Okay. Queen h4 or something. Hang on. Queen g5. Queen g5 looks okay. And then queen g7 after. I think. Actually, I'm threatening mate with that. I'm threatening mate. I think just bishop g7. There's no... Okay, I've got to watch out for queen g8, checkmate. Right, that's a bit of a pain. Is there rook f8 here? And rook takes f2. I don't... Yeah, as long as there's no queen g8, mate, the other one is looking after that. Right, I'll just block this bishop. Right. Okay, let's not lose all the pawns. Check. Okay, it's not over until it's over. Okay. I think this is dangerous because of queen c2, queen e2. Alright, thanks for the game, Spectra. Okay, Xparl student. Let's see. So Khan. Maybe bishop e5 and I think there might be knight d7. Knight e5. Knight e5. Knight e5 here. Bishop d1. Knight c6. That looks dangerous. Unless I got this all wrong. Right, it's possible. Bishop d1, knight c6 looks familiar as a sort of good position. Did I get anything from that? Probably not. Not much. Let's stop this bishop taking for knight e4. So b4 looks plausible for knight a4, but I think I've got to play f3 as well. Otherwise I'm asking for trouble. Can I play f3 straight off the bat here? If I played f3 straight off the bat, there might be a5. Whilst if I play b4, a5, there might be b5. Oh, I'll lose a3. Maybe I can just play f3 straight off the bat here. Okay. b4, knight to a4 to c5. So I want to play knight a4 to c5. Okay, does that matter so much? I think knight c5 is going to be good. Knight c5 coming up looks a logical use of the c5 square. Actually, what about g4? Is g4 looks dangerous for e6. So if takes, let's say knight g3 and take, and then rook e6, then knight a6 maybe. I think this looks good. G4. On the other hand, there's rook d3. I mean rook d4. Do I change plan here? Because he has got knight f4 as well. Do it anyway. Okay, it's got rook d4 and knight f4. Okay, that puts a damper on everything. I'll do something else. Rook d3 here. Yeah, it has put a bit of a damper on it. Okay. Rook f1. Rook f1. Is that a small edge? Okay, I'll keep some tension in the possession. I think this f file is... Okay, I can't allow knight c4. Try and use the f file. Okay, there is rook f6 picking up a pawn. Rook c6 check and something else after that. Rook c6 check. Or just rook c6 here. Hang on. Rook g6. What about that g5? Oh, king f4, there's rook d6. I think another pawn's dropping, isn't it? Or not? No, maybe not. But that does block the f file. So, in other words, I can start to do something, I think, with my pawns. I think e3, king d3 looks okay, because that pawn's in danger because of rook f6. Yeah, I need to get my pawns up, I think. I don't think that helps his cause that much. Just bring my pawns up. Oh, I see. Okay. Still bring my pawns up. Alright, now I'm going to stop his pawn. This is getting a bit dangerous. Try and bring my pawn up. b6. Okay, there is king d1 here. For a moment. Pawn race. Kick his king out of here to blockade. Or not. Yeah, I can just take and then b7. Well, no, king e1 to stop king f2. Because otherwise b7, king f2, and he's back in business. With that pawn. Okay, it's not stalemate, is it? So, yeah, tough game there. Thanks, good game. Okay, I think there's time for one more. So I'll try b3 here. Very tough games today. I've been a bit lucky in many of the games. Yeah, I can only blame the cold. I'm freezing here. That's my excuse. I need better central heating. So yeah, as the winter approaches, I don't know, my play's getting unsound now, really unsound. I mean, it wasn't unsound before. It's just it's when it's really cold. Yeah, I'm the opposite of Leela Chess. When Leela Chess overheats, she plays worse. When I freeze, I play worse. I'm the opposite of Leela Chess in terms of temperature management. Brain freeze. Okay. What do I do here? It's a 3-minute game. Let's not worry too much. Just anything. Take here, then e4. Oh, hang on. I don't want a horrible pawn structure though. Oh, there's naughty business going on h2. Let's stop that naughty business for knight g4. Okay. Bishop d3 and then something. Knight e2 to f4. Okay, I have got this backward pawn. I can try and shield it with bishop c1 and knight f4. G3 and c4 spring to mind. c4 here. Now it looks as though my bishops could be pointing at my opponent's king pretty soon. Okay, knight d5 here. And then dc opens up this bishop, which means that bishop c4 is more effective, because then d6 is more effective because I'm covering both diagonals. He could blockade. If I play d6 now, yeah, I'll keep the threat of d6, let him blockade for a moment. How about e4 or queen g3? Queen g3, if he ever takes on e3, then there's d6, yeah. So I'm trying to play for d6 check. In fact, I can slip it in here, can't I? I'll slip in d6 check here as a insertion move. It's not terrible if I do that, is it? Check. So the two bishops. I don't want to insert that queen g2, mate. Better take the queen. Okay, yeah. I think d7 is threatened. D7 is threatened here for d8. There's no rook d3 or rook e8. So d7 here threatens d8. I hope. Without getting mated or anything. Alright, now I can take it here to try and drag that bishop away from d8. Alright, this is checkmate. Alright, thanks for the game there. Alright, yeah, tough, really tough week. I got a bit lucky there in many of the games. Okay, so yeah, thanks for giving me a scare in many of the games. Very tightly contested games. And my favourite league game is troll game is Chiron. Okay, okay, I have to check that out. Or is it something I've already checked out? Chiron, I don't know. All right, yeah, have a good rest of the Sunday and see you next week then. If you want any Leela Chess neural network games, check out the Kingscrusher channel as well. Okay, thanks very much.